this initiative, it really enlivened our teachers. Our learning just went through the roof. Our engagement is awesome. Our kids are excited. Our teachers are excited.
My kids are showing perseverance. They're showing better attitudes towards school. They're showing kindness.
There's this autonomy. They know what their interests are. They start to see their own creativity. They start to see how they can communicate.
I'm really excited about it because this is like me actually trying something new so other students can have the same experience in a couple years.
The RIDE initiative really came out of several different pieces of work happening across the state. You know, a recognition Governor Gordon put out a listening tour, really trying to understand what Wyoming families, communities, educators, students, businesses, really what their hopes were for education. At the same time that was happening, the state board was touring the state, doing similar listening, and building out a Wyoming profile of a graduate. And the University of Wyoming was also listening across the state to build out a profile of an educator.
And what bubbled to the top was really student-centered learning and allowing students to move when ready, and providing more choice in their education.
We have this identity definitely in Douglas and also in Wyoming where we want to be people who can get things done. And performance assessment, student-centered learning matches up with that identity. We want students who can get things done, who can actually produce something of value, not just sit there, play the game of school, regurgitate something on a test, and say, look what I know.
One of the things that's really unique about this work is that there is no recipe. No one has the script of a district except that district and that community. Part of the work is really about listening and learning with districts, with their design teams, with their educators, about what it is that they hope and aspire for their learners.
We've spent a lot of time over this year talking to the leadership teams in every district, saying what are the things holding you back? Whether they're rules, whether they're regulations, or whether they're existing policies, or the absence of policies.
Really what they helped us do is define our next step, and that's identifying global skills. And how do we assess those? So now we're assessing creativity. We knew kids are creative in our system because it just naturally happens. But we didn't assess that and we didn't make kids self-aware of that.
I can teach skills. That's not hard to do. But what is hard to do is teach somebody how to be a problem solver, right? And how to have confidence in presenting ideas and trying new things and have confidence in their failures. Like that's a really important skill for people to have, is to be okay with things not going right. RIDE really helped kind of support that process for me, where I started to think about like, yeah, this isn't about getting 100% on a test. It's really showing me what you can do and what kind of person you are.
Kids question everything we learn. Why are we doing this? Well, is that going to make a difference? And the answer is, at the end of the day, yes. And I think we'd have a good example of showing them how, why, and when, and where.
From the teacher to the student observation point of view, it's a little scary, right? It's new ground, it's ambiguous, it's uncomfortable, but that's the magic. That's where the learning takes place, is when we stretch these kids and take them to places they've never been, but we know that they are so ready to go. And that's what's exciting, and to be able to interact with them through that process and learn alongside them, because you're learning it too, right? And I'm growing as a teacher and they're growing as students, and it's really exciting.
I was able to see engagement and motivation, and as the 6 weeks went on, they were kind of like, are we having science today? You know, do we get to have science today? When do we get to have science? So I naturally became the facilitator of their learning instead of this direct instruction teacher that was just throwing knowledge at them. You know, they became the instructors in my classroom of what they wanted to learn and how that looked.
Our parents have come and said, hey, tell us about this bug project. Tell us about this thing my kid's working on with the guidance counselor. And so it's opened up more authentic conversations about the learning.
Many schools are already doing great things, and this isn't a
you do your great things or you do the right initiative. This is an and situation. You can do your great things and you can do the right initiative. And really it's just going to help you hone and refine skills that you're probably already practicing.
But if you're an administrator and you know that you have a teacher that they're in on this, like if they are the new cutting edge, want to try the new thing, there's their license to go. Let them create and just support them. If you're a teacher, it's, you know, what is the hallway conversation that you've had? Because we've all had them. Every one of us in the profession has stood there and said, man, wouldn't it be cool if? Well, you're allowed to do that if you want that opportunity for your kids, if you want students to be able to explore, right, like, dig into their passions, learn through more hands-on means. I mean, whatever you want it to be, this is your license to do that.
It's refreshing to see where the state's headed. It's refreshing to hear the stories of these schools moving in this direction. It's refreshing to feel the energy of the speakers that were up there, and then the energy in the crowd about, you know, what's possible. And if the state's moving in that direction, I just can't imagine where our education system will be in, you know, 10, 20 years.